ayo kinunapsto kyayo nati kipita kyamuste kinoksi inat sata kinokasaints kuta kya kinoksi ini pukasat ispumo kinan ispumo sa hey. I just simply asked for guidance for you young people now that you're being raised in the city, to be good role models, provides future the young people good examples to follow, since you're going to be like trailblazers and role models.
Yeah, hey. I told that boy don't fuck with the bees. I'm outside your house rocking a bad ski. I told that boy don't fuck with my feet. I put up on you a Glock and a ski. I got my picture taken by police. I grew up in these lonely fucking streets. I wear the purple when she suck on me. I got a bitch and she rocks supreme. I'm in the trap and I'm counting the green. We got some hoes and they making a scene. We kick them out and they come back for me. Shorty too lonely to be in the streets. I got a shorty should knock out your teeth. I heard your man wanna start beef. I could fix that with a Glock and a ski. I could fix that with a Glock and a ski.
I'm from Lethbridge, Alberta, Treaty 7. I started skating when I was 2 years old, and I did it for fun. And then I stopped, I kept going off and on. That's when I really started to go hard. The community is amazing. Like we have like Borderline here. We have like 2 shops, Topless, you know, we have all that. And it's just like, we have like Lemons here, the girls that are doing the thing, and that's badass. You know, we have like Lethbridge Skate, you know, it's just a big community of skateboarding and love. I started rapping when I was 7. My cousin, he was a rapper, and he would always like, every time I would hang out with him in the garage, he would put on a beat and he would be like, spit something, and I wouldn't be able to spit something, but every time I would hang out with him, I'd keep like learning how to like rhyme and all that. And I got into poetry in like I think it was grade 6. And that helped a lot with like writing. And I started writing during in class, writing during and like at home on my free time. You know, like even walking my dog, I was just spitting rhymes, rhyming about like the sidewalk or like something like that. And then once I was like 13, 14, that's when I got my first laptop, my microphone and everything. And that's when I started dropping music. And yeah, rapping is also like therapy too. You get shit off your mind, or you spit stuff you're feeling in the moment, or you know, like things you did last week, like, oh, I went to a party, you rap about the party, or like you had something with your family, you rap about your family, you know, like you can rap about anything and like make beautiful music out of it. I feel like it's very important to have like an indigenous person into the hip hop community, because there's not a lot of indigenous people that are like really up there in like the high charts of like making music. And like in my mind, I want to be up there. I want to be up there. So like people will like you know how there's 1,000 people at a concert, right? Like I want to take a time like in my concert to have a moment of silence for all those people in residential school. So and even if the people don't even like know about it, I'll tell the story about it on the stage around hundreds of thousands of people, so they understand. Like I want to be up there so I can also speak for my people too. And like I was never really connected with like my culture, because like I grew up here in Lethbridge, like a lot of I got pretty whitewashed, you know, like I was disconnected from my culture, and I'm just relearning it now. And like now that I'm relearning it, I want to get more into it. And I'm very lucky to be born in this generation, because I know my ancestors went to residential school so we can have this life I have right now. In 7 years, I really hope people really understand more what happened to First Nations people, and like what really went down and how bad it was. And I hope they understand that and get educated from it, and realizing that we went through hell, like we really did, like it was bad. And you know, yeah, it's just I want that to happen in 7 years. I want people to realize that like we went through some shit, you know. There's people out there that need to be healed and need their support and all that, you know.
I don't know, I feel like being like a recovering addict, and just trying to find a way that I can express myself in a healthy way. It's kind of what brought me here. So I grew up with our ways, like the societies and all that, but right from a young age I was there, and I like to make this like this parallel, the way that kids go to church when they're younger. That's kind of what it was like for me going to, like, I didn't realize how special it was just because I was around it a lot, right? And being from town site, all of my friends were all just ghetto, you know, just hood rats. So there was like a big difference that I can see. I was the only one going to these societies, so it just seemed like I didn't realize what was special about it until I moved to the city, and I kind of started talking to people who weren't part of the culture. Kind of helped me realize how special it was, but I didn't find that out till I was 20. Just because, like, in this generation it's kind of lost a little bit, you get me? So like, more so I was a bit ashamed of it just because I didn't know how special it was, right? And when you kind of move to the city and hang around everybody, no one really gives a fuck, honestly. And so you kind of, and it kind of comes off as a way where like you're being too like corny or like, what is it, like elitist in a way, to be like, well, this is my culture and this is how I am and stuff like that. So I kind of just tried to be as normal and fit in as possible, and I kind of just lost it along that. I think we have a unique perspective. You know, like a reservation, when I look at like things like the slums or a ghetto, like on a segregated part of a big city, right? A reservation is, it's different, you know? I mean, we're all like cut from the same type of thing, but a reservation is so isolated and like 40 minutes away from any city that that's the perspective that I think really counts, you know? Like the poverty of it. And so the way that I see it is Lethbridge having like its rap scene, but having also like metal, punk, rock, alternative, right? All these singer-songwriters and everything flourishing in the city. I want Lethbridge to be a hub. Like on the east there's Toronto, and on the opposite side there's Vancouver, but in the middle there's nothing. I mean, sure, Calgary or Edmonton, but it's not sticking out to me, dude. I'd love Lethbridge to be that place. That's why I see it as a blank canvas, right? Like, dude, this could be a hub. You can have artists coming here, and it's only gonna motivate the kids that are around here.
To me, being an artist here in Lethbridge is like, it's amazing. It's my life. You know, hip hop's my life. Ever since I was introduced to it, this is me. You know, like without music, I don't know where the fuck I would be. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew older, when I grew up, you know. To me, being an artist here in Lethbridge is like, at first I didn't know that I didn't know that someone like me could. At first, I didn't know like I could be a rapper, and then I ran into one of my friends and like started hanging out, and then one of them, well, it was my bro Brett. He was showing me like all his like rap books and like all these lyrics he's writing, and I was like, damn, bro, like you wrote all this shit, like damn, like could I do this? Could I do this too? And like he's like, yeah. And then like he showed me a couple artists from Lethbridge, and I was like, damn, what the fuck? Like there's actually people like here doing this, and I was like, shit, man, that's sick, you know. And there, right there, the seed was kind of planted, you know.
When I'm making music, I try to get as personal as I can to myself, because I truly believe that as much as I feel alone and that no one's like me or anything like that, I know that there's at least 1,000 kids wherever they are in the world that are exactly like me. And if I can make music that touches them and shows them that they're not alone, I can die happy, you know, because who knows, they might be the ones to change the world.
And I've been asked by these young people to do a prayer in our language, in the Blackfoot language, for the project that they're going to be working on. It gives me great honor, and I'm humbled that I've been selected to do this prayer, and I hope it will help people especially the young people of our world today. Bring your right hand up to your breastplate and just take the words in. That's just the way it is for First Nations, okay? Okay.